Listen, if you want to level up, you need to understand this early. The loud version of you is usually the weaker version. Loud explanations, loud opinions, loud promises, loud "I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that." It feels powerful for a moment, but it's mostly performance. The era of silence is when you stop performing and start producing. This is not about becoming cold or antisocial. It's about cutting the noise that keeps you average. You don't need to announce your plans. You don't need to argue with strangers online. You don't need to prove you're right to people who don't pay your bills and won't be there when things fall apart. You need results. You need a body that works, a mind that's calm under pressure, a bank account that doesn't panic, a skill set that gives you leverage. That's it. Here's what silence really means. You stop feeding your ego with attention, because attention is addictive. And most men stay broke, stay distracted, stay emotional, because they're constantly chasing attention in different forms. Praise, validation, women, likes, approval, arguments. It's all the same drug. So you start practicing something rare, doing the work without telling anyone, training without posting, studying without bragging, building without explaining, saying less, moving more. And the first shock is this: people will misunderstand you. They'll say you changed. They'll say you're arrogant. They'll say you disappeared. Let them talk. Their opinions are free because they're worthless. Your job is simple. Shut up, stack days. Mini challenge. For the next 7 days, don't talk about what you're building. Don't hint. Don't tease. Just work. If you can't stop talking, you're not building, you're coping. Now, let's get practical. Silence has rules. If you don't define it, you'll just become isolated and call it growth. That's not growth. That's decay with a fancy name. Rule 1. Silence is not avoidance. If you're silent because you're scared of rejection, scared of being judged, scared of failing, then you're not disciplined. You're hiding. Silence only works when it's attached to action. Rule 2. Silence is selective. You don't cut everyone off. You cut noise off. There's a difference. Keep 2 or 3 real people around you. Men who tell you the truth. Men who build. Everyone else gets distance. Rule 3. Silence is a filter. When you stop talking, you start seeing who only liked you when you were entertaining, who only called when they needed something, who disappears when you stop feeding them attention. That's not sad. That's useful information. And here's the deeper part. Silence exposes your habits. When you remove distraction, you can't hide from your reality. If you're broke, you feel it. If you're out of shape, you feel it. If you're undisciplined, you feel it. That discomfort is good. It's a signal. Most men numb the signal. You're going to use it. Your mission in this era is to build fundamentals. Sleep, training, nutrition, skill, learning, money, discipline. Not perfect, consistent, mini challenge. Pick one fundamental and lock it for 30 days. 1. Gym, 3x a week. Or no junk spending. Or 1 hour of skill learning daily. Don't pick 10 things. Pick one and become the guy who finishes what he starts. You want the truth about why silence makes you stronger, because it removes negotiation. When you talk too much, you start negotiating your identity. You tell people what you're going to do, they react, and suddenly your brain thinks you already made progress. You got the dopamine from the announcement. Now the work feels heavier. That's why men love planning and hate doing. Silence fixes that. No announcement, no dopamine, only execution. Also, silence makes you dangerous in a calm way, because you stop leaking your strategy. Most men telegraph everything. They tell everyone they're starting a business, then they quit in 2 weeks. They tell everyone they're on a grind, then they spend 5 hours scrolling. They talk about discipline like it's a personality trait. It's not. It's a behavior. So here's how you move. You keep your mouth closed and your standards high. You do the work. You track progress. You adjust. You repeat. And you don't let loneliness trick you into bad decisions. Because that's the trap. When you get quiet, you'll feel the urge to fill the space. You'll want to text someone you shouldn't. You'll want to go out just to feel something. You'll want to chase attention just to prove you still exist. Don't. That urge is withdrawal. Your brain is detoxing from noise. Mini challenge: when the urge hits, do a physical reset. 20 push-ups, a cold shower, a 10-minute walk. Write down what you're avoiding. You're teaching your nervous system, I don't run to distractions. I handle discomfort. That's the era. Less talk, more reps, more quiet wins. Let's address the fear that sits under all of this. If I go quiet, will I lose people? Yes, you will lose some people, but hear me. If your relationship with someone depends on you staying noisy, available, entertaining, and easy to access, it's not a relationship, it's a habit. Silence reveals who respects you and who just consumes you. Another fear: if I stop chasing women and parties, will life become empty? Only if you have nothing to build. That's why men feel depressed when they cut distractions. They removed the pleasure, but they didn't replace it with purpose. So the brain panics. You replace it with a project. One main project. Something that demands your attention and gives it back as progress. Business, career, skill, content, fitness, learning a language, investing, whatever. One thing you can measure weekly. This is where your confidence starts growing for real. Confidence is not swagger, it's self-evidence. You become confident when you repeatedly prove to yourself, I do what I said I'd do. That proof comes from silence and consistency. And don't confuse silence with bitterness. If you go quiet and start hating everyone, you're not evolving. You're just wounded and proud of it. Real silence is clean. It's focused. It's calm. It doesn't need to insult the world to feel strong. Mini challenge: remove one source of noise today. One group chat. One account you always scroll. One friend who drains you. One habit that wastes your nights. Replace it with 1 hour of building. No drama, no announcement. Just move. Here's the payoff, and it's real. Silence compounds. After a few weeks, you'll notice you think clearer. You react less. You sleep better. You feel more in control. And the world starts treating you differently. Not because you demanded respect, but because your presence changed. People respect men who don't need to be loud. They feel the weight of someone who doesn't waste energy proving himself. But there's a warning. When results show up, your ego will wake back up and try to turn your discipline into a performance again. You'll want to post everything. You'll want to talk about your routines. You'll want to flex. That's the old addiction, returning. So you keep the same rule. Speak when it matters. Build always. Use silence like a blade, not to hurt people, but to cut what doesn't serve you. Cut distraction. Cut weak habits. Cut cheap validation. Cut the need to be understood by everyone. And keep this in your head. The world is full of men who talk. Very few men execute. Execution is rare. Rarity creates value. Value creates options. Options create freedom. So if you're listening while doing something else, here's what I want you to do after this ends. Pick your next 24 hours and simplify them. One workout. 1 hour of skill. No stupid spending. Early sleep. That's a day that moves you forward. Final question. What's the one noise in your life you already know you need to cut, but you keep keeping around because it's familiar?